think I nearly put
Good
it on the
evening,
roof.
ladies
Lap
and
one, turn one.
good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Drivers' Lounge for Season 12, Round 3 of the V8 Vets. This evening with me at the moment, I've got Andrew Hoffy Hoffman, Michael Hazy Hayes, Phil Marshy Marsh, and Scotty the Rattler Van Loon. How are we, boys?
Yeah, good, mate.
Great, mate.
It's good to have you all in here. We've got a few people already out watching, so Timmy Betts is already saying g'day as well. So how are you, Timmy? Jump in, mate. You're more than welcome to. And we will move on and show the grid, I guess. It was an interesting qualifying. A few boys struggled with quality on the night. So on pole, we've got Timmy Betts and the Rattler on the front row, which was a bit of a concern after his efforts at Le Mans. I was a bit worried about that when I saw him in P2.
Hey, at least there's nobody that I can take it.
And it was great to see Joseph Grenshaw. Like, that was a surprise package for me. Joseph did really well, I thought. And followed by that was Brett Taylor, another one of the new guys. Eddie Cullen was in there as well. Peter Verme, he qualified really well. Great looking new livery on that car. I'll show that later. I'll talk that one up big time. Corey Brand from Century Motorsports, he said bucket and parked it in P7. Jeremy Bush, another one of the new boys in P8. Andrew Galley in 9. Scotty Perrins in 10th for Pecky Performance Racing. Yours truly decided to show up and do some laps and qualified 11th. Darren Waldron in 12th. And then we had Lucas Burt on the grid, not starting from pit row. Tony Bruce McLeod, Michael Power, Dave Worrell, Darren Friend, Jeff Eddy dialing in from New York, Phil Marsh back there in 20th for Scorpion. And then we had our first ever female Vets driver, Diane Feldman. So welcome, Diane. Joshy Drage was our race control. I don't know how he got in front of Faz back in 23. Faz finding the old 1Xs on 2 laps, so didn't get a qualifying position. And the safety car driver, of course, was Brandon McMillan. So I guess we might as well kick this off, guys. What do you reckon?
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's have a giggle.
And we'll start the race. So we'll start from watching me because all the action happened in front of me in turn 1. So Timmy Betts with a flying start. Look closely. I think Ed gets a little wide, a little bit squeezed up in the middle there. Not sure what the boys were doing. And then we've got a few spinners. Michael Powers, Tony Power. Bit of brotherly love there, I think. But Timmy Betts definitely cleared out early.
Most of you made it around.
Yeah, it was actually, surprisingly, I was expecting turn 1 to be a bit of a traffic jam, and it wasn't. Nice wide track, makes it easy for everybody.
Definitely.
Big shout out to Dave Worrell out there as well, watching us, and Anita Buckland. She's apparently week 2 of training in boot camp, getting organised for season 13.
Mate, we don't have any sound.
You don't have any sound on broadcast or Discord?
There I go.
On YouTube.
Broadcast.
On YouTube. Jeez. Apparently week 2 of training. I can hear myself, so I'll just turn iRacing up a bit more. Is that the sound you're talking about, or are you talking about yourselves?
No, YouTube. All good.
All good?
Must just be me.
That's Josh Drage, Mr. Race Control. So tonight we're going to play a special game tonight. We're going to play a game called Ask Race Control. So if you're out there watching, just type in any questions you've got for Race Control. As he mutes his mic.
So when you have a decision, do you have a coin that you just sort of flip and pick who's in the right and wrong, or is there a little bit more science to it?
Oh, good.
This time it'll be a two-headed coin, and they both have heads.
Nice.
I can see it.
For the most part, I accept pretty much everything that I see. It seems pretty fair most of the time.
I think 90% of the time you know when you've done wrong anyway, really.
Yeah, hope they didn't see it.
There's Corey Brand there having a bit of a look on Peter Verme. We'll have a quick look at Peter. Look at that new livery. The old complete racing down the side. Nice looking livery, that one.
Yeah, a few of the new blokes have started getting their paint on over the last week or so, haven't they?
Yeah.
I guess it's one of those things you get in and you start racing and then you go, oh, I better find a paint.
Yeah. So he's putting a bit of pressure there on Corey Brand, and now Jeremy Bush getting involved in a little battle here. Dave Roll asking the question, is Josh going to streak on Wednesday night? So, Dave, you might have to come in and tell us the story there, mate. And Jeff Eddy's dialed in from New York. Good morning, Jeff. We just lost Jeremy Bush in the background there, and Corey Brand, and Peter Verme's just lost his rear wing. And we might jump back down Darryl and Rolden. So, of course, it's probably a beautiful summer's day over in New York at the moment, unlike the bloody cold, wet weather we're about to have here on the East Coast. That was
Who's
good.
car are we on? Darren's. Did he not load up his paint or something?
I'm not sure what's going on there. We'll jump on with Bruce McLeod. It was about this stage of the race he came on and said, I'm in the usual position, looking at the rear of my car.
Buried between the two WK&P boys.
Yes, and you notice we're running the green cars this season, just for you, Hazy.
I did notice that there's no spec map there. You've finally listened to me. You have to admit, they look pretty good without the spec map on.
They look good either or, as far as I'm concerned.
You're not willing to admit it.
Look, that's a good looking livery. It came up very well. Probably one of the hardest ones I've worked on, getting everything to line up correctly. Here we go, having a bit of a look up the inside here. Very tough corner, that first corner, really, to get the line right. Two boys parked up at the back there.
Yeah, that first corner I used as a late apex, so I could get off that bump quicker.
Yeah, I found the late apex worked well there too, to be honest. This is lap 4, so I was having a really good time here. I was really enjoying myself. I think Andrew gets past me in a minute. Andrew didn't qualify very well.
So at this point, Timmy's found himself almost 5 seconds.
Timmy's gone. It's like Timmy saw Godzilla and ran.
Yeah. Yeah, from about 6 back, it's a little tighter, but Timmy's definitely taken off at the front there.
Oh, definitely. So Bruce having a good look at Darren behind. Let's have a quick look at some other battles real quick. Brett Taylor under a bit of pressure from Eddie Cullen here. Ed's been the surprise packet this season so far. Been to the Latham School of iRacing and been putting the hard yards in and starting to get some great results, which is good to see for Ed.
Definitely, yeah. He was quite quick last season, and I think got a bit unlucky.
He's the most gentleman driver you'll race against, him and Marshy.
Yeah.
And
That's not a good thing.
no, it is a good thing, Marshy. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. It is a good thing in a way that, you know, when you pull up alongside you or you pull up and I had some good battles with Ed last season. You know, you can trust the person beside you is not going to do anything rash or silly. Where, you know, in a few other splits at the moment, you know, people are still trying to find that level of trust with the guys they're racing with.
Yeah, well, it's all new in Split 3 because there's a lot of new drivers, so
Yeah,
they have to learn and we have to
learn as well.
learn them as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
That's
Dictated out by whoever drives the purple car.
the purple car. That was Michael Hayes who drove the purple car.
No, not quite.
Come on, mate. I snuck through to split 2 this season.
I know.
And going well, mate, going well.
I know, and I must say a big thank you to Hazy too for taking the bunny of Dave Baldock off my back. He's obviously, I heard talking to you earlier that Baldock's now targeting you as the bunny.
Yeah, a bit of fun banter. We'll see how that pans out over the season. Hopefully I can put a challenge up each week against him and see where we end up.
Absolutely, mate. That's what you want to do.
Just tell him the tallest one wins.
I'm not real tall myself, mate. I
No,
don't know how
just
tall
to
he
say,
is.
I
Righto,
don't know who is the tallest.
righto.
So Simon's made himself a good little run up the field, Farrington.
He has. He definitely has. And I'm just going to quickly jump to my rear chase. No, that's far chase, sorry. Watch this one. As we come under Dunlop Bridge to this corner here. And this is my night over. This is lap 6, isn't it? I'm done. See ya. That cost me a second and a half a lap. And I'll talk about what else it cost me later on. We might have a look at some other battles going on. Bruce McLeod catching up to Dave Walden. Scotty Perrins chasing down Faz. The pinball wizard, as I like to call him.
Yeah, Scotty's got himself a bit of pace now. He's been getting his training on with a few of the boys, so yeah, he's been very quick. I think he was into the 135s, was he not, Coffee?
Yeah, into the 135s. He's been taught to be more consistent and controlled. And, you know, that's the end game.
That's why he went there.
Yeah, so he's definitely been doing well and getting his consistency going.
I've just been let in on the little secret of Dave Worrell and the streaker.
Yeah.
And I know we're in an earlier time slot tonight, but I will...
Tell us anyway.
Not that photo, bugger.
Not that one?
Not that one.
There's the other streaker.
Go back to that one. That one didn't come up, that's alright. You didn't see that. Why didn't that save? Where I wanted it to. Here it is. And I'll just quickly show you this photo. There you go. That's the streaker that he's talking about. Someone might well let me know, was that Dave Baldock? Oh, dearie me. And Timmy Betts is saying that he knew there were some guys that could hunt him down if he had a moment. So he went hard straight away. Oh, I don't think too many were going to hunt you down last night, Timmy. The way you were going at the start here, mate. You were off at 8 seconds already.
Yeah, at 8 seconds you could probably pull a couple of donuts and still get out in front. If he gets that far in front next week, throw out the challenge to him. If you look up at your relative and you see 8 seconds, go, donut, next corner.
Here we go, Michael Power. Getting past Jeff Eddy there. This was the most frustrating part last night, was the fact that I'd gone over those bumps. My car was a second and a half slower. and I'm getting passed by guys with a car looking like that.
Streamlined.
Very streamlined.
In other words, you're getting beaten by the family Commodore.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really need to do something about that, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely
Yeah,
do.
well,
Absolutely. It was, yeah.
He's got a wing. It's just still attached to the boot. That's also missing.
yeah.
And we might quickly jump on Scotty as we come through. You about ready to do your lap, Scott? He's left us before we got a chance.
He's taking off.
Of course, he's fighting his way back here from a couple of early spins.
Yeah, the car still looks quite clean, so whilst we might have spun, he didn't look like he hit too much.
Of course, Diane in the background there, sitting in 18th, doing really well.
Yeah, she's very consistent.
Oh, yeah.
Keeps it clean and just keeps hitting the numbers. So
You
with a bit more seat time in them, I'm sure that like in the RX cars, she's going to be doing well.
Yeah, she's got a couple of girlfriends that might be interesting.
It'd be good. I used to race against Diane in a, well, I think in the early days it was called Slideways, named after the karting centres.
Purple, yellow stripes.
Oh, that's why Scott left. Purple, yellow stripes. What was that one, Marshy?
Who's in the purple car with the yellow stripes?
Which one? That one?
Yeah.
With the Aussie Hampton loans, yep.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, that's Tony Power.
Tony Power.
That's who we got on that one.
Yeah, he was in the wrong place for quite a few drivers. He'll learn, I guess, as time goes by.
Yeah, I've definitely got myself in the wrong spot a few times. So
Yeah.
after a little while, you get a feel for it.
I let him pass me on the left, and he hit his brakes, went straight and took me off. And then he got back in the track. I got back in the track, and he stopped dead in front of me. What are you doing?
It's probably looking to readdress and just didn't quite pick up on where it should be.
Oh, yeah, we've all made mistakes.
Marshy with delivery change between Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
No, that's one I raced last night.
I had you in the green one last night for some reason when I raced against you.
That's the one I raced last night.
Of course, Di in the chat saying she couldn't do it without the help and advice. Of course, I used to race against Di in a series called Slideways, and I think it's now called Full Send. She raced in that with a son called Matt Feldman. That's a very quick driver as well. But yeah, Di was very consistent, and you don't make mistakes because consistency will always get through.
Definitely. And yeah, since being in the V8, I reckon she's definitely getting the pace up there.
Oh yeah.
Too long before she starts sticking the nose in and
Yeah, she will.
Well, there was
a bit of pressure on.
quite a few races in Full Send where she beat me, and Full Send was a series where it was a different track and a different car type every week.
Yeah.
Which, to do well in that sort of series, you've got to be a very consistent all-round driver, and that's what she is.
Yeah, put us in an RX car and we're
We're
in
all
a lot of
dead.
trouble.
Yeah, we're all dead. And Timmy Betts is now out to 8 seconds. Look for the next battle on track. Jeremy Bush here. He's got a bit of a battle around him. I might just chuck up the track map so we can see what's going on. And put some battle boxes up so I can help call what's going on as well. So he's got Scotty Perrins trying to chase him down. Scotty under a bit of pressure from myself, but he's already got past me. Betting you isn't that hard, John. Beating you isn't that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, Dave. Absolutely.
And I would say 4 seconds in front of you, you definitely weren't putting pressure on him.
Like beating me isn't that hard, Dave, and that's why I'm surprised that you take such a gloat at beating me. Like you get so excited.
How well did Dave do last night?
I don't
We're
know.
not allowed to talk about
We're not
that yet.
allowed to talk about that yet because, of course, the Split 2 broadcast isn't until later in the weekend.
We'll have to keep tuned in to see how well Dave does.
And we have to keep an eye out. Of course, the Bulldog fan club is growing every day. Will Wilson's usually here on the chat to back him up and support him.
Coffee reckons he wants me to give the track guide. In what car, mate? I'm not on the track.
Tell you what, it might be your turn, Marshy.
Not me. I will stutter and it'll take forever.
That's all right. You've got
No, I'll
you-
pass.
you've got a minute, and you've usually got about a minute 37 seconds to do it, Marshy. So you just say, "I turn left, turn right."
Give us
I'll
your
get
best.
the words out.
Show us your best.
If you don't know Marshy, it's all right.
I'll pass.
You'll pass. No worries.
Come
Actually-
on, Archie, come on, buddy. Come on.
I got stuck on words.
You're right.
Did you do it last week, John, or after yours crashed out?
No.
Come back and actually do it, or
I did,
are
yeah.
you back
I
in the
did.
fire and line?
No, I did. But
Okay.
seems we're short on split 3 drivers. So where am I? Going slow somewhere. So what are we? Lap 13.
Glad I didn't race this last night.
So here we are, going super slow down the straight because of those stupid bloody curbs earlier. Saying, see you later.
Just flew past you.
That's Dave Worrell. I just waved at this stage. It was like I just kept going down the straight, going next. I think I was looking at Michael Power in my mirror here, going, "Are you going to come, Michael, or not?" On the brakes, and went to first, turn it in, keep it close to the bollard, keep it tight, try not to drift out too wide. Run her up through the gears into fourth. And drop it back to third, drift, try and get close as you can to the cone on the right there, or the bollard on the right. Just let it drift around through here. I sort of hummed and hard between fourth and third all night. Tighter I kept it, the better it looked. And then come down into here, get it down nice and second early. Same thing again, right on the curb. Don't let it drift out too wide. Straighten it as soon as you can. On the gas as quick as possible. Nicely flow through. Under the Dunlop Bridge. This is a great corner when you get it right. I usually went back to second early. Don't hit the ripple strip on the right side. Get it going again. Stay out wide as late as you can. Turn the apex right in. Try and hit the bollard. Stay away from the stupid sausage curbs there because they hurt. And then the same thing again. Nice and wide. Look for the bollard. Try and hit it. Nice inside. And then all the way out then. Last corner. You want to get a nice... I've gone a bit tidy because I've got Worrell in front of me. Try and get a nice run so you get quick exits. The old slow in, fast out. Back on the gas, power it down. Follow Dave. Try and get a bit of a draft, but the car is stuffed. You can see him just walking away from me. He's even going into pits. He's still getting away from me. Lose any toe that I'm going to have. And you can sort of see she's not revving out very fast there. And that was a 137.5. So that was probably the fastest lap I actually did after I hit those bollards. There you go. Hazy, done.
Nice. As you were going around and calling your gears there were a few corners where I chose a taller gear through a few of those. Yeah, I'm not sure whether it helped or hindered, but yeah, there were a couple of corners where I definitely chose a taller gear than what you were pointing out.
Yeah, I was down on power a little bit, and I think I was just happy just let it bounce on the riv limiter a little bit on a few spots there, just knowing that you're about to back off anyway. And the Go Dave, So I'm,
Where's he going?
I'm hoping, Baldock, you're referring to Dave Worrell, not yourself.
Oh, the fast Dave. Yeah, Dave Worrell's a pretty good driver, actually.
Yeah. I did see a photo the other week of a trophy to prove it.
A bit light on in here tonight, boys. What's happening? Are they all
It's too early.
holidays?
Too early tonight. We've got the early time slot with Luke being away, and there's maintenance on later this evening, so I thought we'd go early. And
That's no
then
excuse. They should be here.
Hoffy's locked out altogether as the boys go in the pits. So Pete Vermey now takes the lead. And
Everyone getting some ideas
My ideas for what?
how to go fast.
okay, to
Click back on Johnny then. He'll show you some ideas of going fast.
I'm in third at the moment. Woo!
The whole field pit.
Yeah, pretty much. And because the car's damaged, I was getting good fuel mileage. So you don't have to go to the Hoffy School of Fuel Saving. You just got to stuff the car.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was Dobster Plays. I'm not sure who that is, but yeah. So with the damage in the car, you can see I got a little bit further on than what I thought. And because it was just over the ripple strip or over the two curbs that I hit, I seriously thought there cannot be that much wrong with the car coming into the pit stop. So Andrew and I proceeded to talk about it for about 2 laps before we came into the stops, and I decided that I won't use my fast repair on this stop. And when I got in, I had 3 minutes of optionals, of which I decided not to take it all. And we'll see what happens in about 5 laps' time. Leave you all in suspense. As Pete Varmy goes into the pits now, Bruce goes into the pits. I'm about to go into the pits. And Timmy Betts takes over going all the way. Dave Baldock, no spec map. Yes, no spec map at all. We had a fan favourite request that we don't run a spec map. So we've been running that because the fan absolutely adores the bright fluoro green. And doesn't and doesn't like a blue 37.
That's not what I heard. I heard that the teammates had kicked up a stink that they didn't want the team to spec map. Some teammates.
And Dobster plays Mick Power's son, so it's good to see Mick's out there watching as well. So Mick at the moment sitting in 10th after the stops, having a good drive. And Peter Vermey's joined us. How are you, Pete? A little bit quiet there.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, I'll just turn that up. There we go.
How you doing, Pete?
No, you're doing pretty well at the moment in third, Pete.
Oh, am I in third?
Yep.
At this point of the race, you definitely were.
Yeah. Got my internet crashed.
Yeah.
You're not too far behind Ed.
I see your race.
The other bit of battle got going on. Scotty Van Loon making his way back, the Rattler. Making his way back from the early spin.
Nice.
I've got to say, Timmy Nichols has done above and beyond in the livery for the Pecky's cars this time around.
Oh, absolutely has, yeah. It's fun knowing they're on your car.
So Scotty here hunting down Jeremy Bush.
He's doing a good job of keeping his car nice and clean too.
Yeah. There really
No
wasn't.
big scrapes and bumps on it.
There really wasn't too much going on in that regards. By the time we sort of got to this stage of the race, of course, so 17 to 45 down.
Is that Dave Bulldog saying you've got one more fan than he does?
Yeah.
Dave's biggest fan comes from from Harvey Norman.
So we might have a quick jump up. Dave Worrell still going around quite well.
Dave's joined us.
Dave, how are you?
It's the fast Dave.
Hey, how are ya?
Yeah, good. So,
There you go, mate.
I don't know about the fast, Dave.
May be the taller Dave.
One that doesn't fall off horses.
Oh, fucking right up.
Right, Bulldog?
I must admit, I expected a safety car around here. You didn't get one.
no, I don't know, Marsh. I kind of thought we might not because there's plenty of runoffs. I know the safety car driver was very disappointed after the race. He wasn't happy.
Didn't get on Saturday.
Practiced all week and didn't get a drive, eh?
Absolutely.
Well, we'll have to do something about that next round.
Rumor has it he's having a snooze in the pits.
I reckon we need to send him up to split 2, to be honest.
Yeah, we don't. Split 3 drivers don't need safety cars.
See which McMillan takes him out. Of course, Brandon's Matt's young bloke. Shannon's nephew.
Sorry, mate.
Where are we next week?
Laguna Seca.
Brandon, you'll get a run. Many times over.
That's your favourite track, isn't it, Mark?
No, I hate the track. Thanks to Matty Parker that I hate the track. I don't need to say why.
Which track?
Of course, Mick Powers congratulating his pit crew for the fastest boot change on a V8 during his pit stop.
No, Laguna Seca is just another one of those tracks. You may as well just go out there and dump a shit ton of sand on it and see how well you go.
That's usually what happens. We dump a shitload of sand and see how we go.
I love Laguna Seca. I think I've raced there about a dozen times in officials and never ever finished a race.
Just got to get the corkscrew right, get it right up the hill. Once you find your braking points, that's the hardest part on Laguna Seca, is finding those intricate little things to use for braking points. And once you've done that, and then once you understand coming through the corkscrew to look for the V in the trees.
There's a V in the trees.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I was going to say it's a V.
Yep.
Yeah, that was that little tip that I gave everyone a few seasons ago.
I'm
That's you
picturing
did.
John's car stuck in a tree when you say a V. In the
Yeah, exactly. Front fender.
Uh,
There's a Johnny Ben Ray stuck in a tree, and you got to look for him. And
That could be arranged.
wouldn't be the first time.
It's one of those coins where getting punted is quite on the cards.
Well, you
I'm
got it.
disappointed if I don't see it next week when we jump in.
Is it this lap or is it next lap? It is one of those circuits where you just got to get every corner right and be consistent. That's the key.
If I can't get my pedals fixed by next week, then it looks like season done for me.
No,
Here's
next
what I
lap.
do and race with the controller.
Well, I did think about that because I have done a lot of laps on the controller at Laguna Seca. Gran Turismo.
Don't.
I reckon I could do it.
I've raced against Jake Speary when he was on a controller, and it's the scariest thing to be sitting behind someone.
Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah, I spectated a few of those races.
That was nuts. Just the wheel basically goes from 0 to full lock in a split second. So you're doing well here, Dave. Got Michael Power putting a bit of pressure on behind you.
I was going to say, I had a bit of sweat dripping down here.
Where'd you start in this race, Dave?
Stuff to quality up, I think it was 15th or something.
Okay, so you're in a pretty good position.
I think I did the same thing as John. I forgot I had my fast repair towards the end of the race.
I've set mine on a button on the stream deck, so it lights up green if it's set and red if it's not set. So if I need it, I can quickly hit it on the way into the pits.
Hmm.
I think I'm going to have to get one of these stream decks.
Well, apparently I've got one coming.
They can do a lot.
Hmm.
Make life easier.
Which one you got?
Don't exactly know which one I'm getting. Someone's offered it to me for some work that I've done with them in the last few weeks.
I've got 2 XLs, so 64 buttons.
Oof.
And yes, you can find 64 buttons to preset.
Oh yeah.
That's what you want to be able to do.
Yeah. There's also some good add-ons in the plug-in lounge, so definitely check out the plug-in lounge and have a look and see what different add-ons you can add into your stream deck if you go that way.
Yeah, no, it'd be quite interesting. Let's see what you can do with them.
Here's one for Hazy. I look for Dave Baldock round horse, and I know a fast repair's needed.
Maybe Darren now under a bit of pressure from Bruce still.
Okay, so yeah, Darren's in 5th.
Drove well. Drove well, I thought. There it is. That's the engine going. Foot on the clutch.
Oh, that's nasty.
And now it was just like, will it make it? And we'll jump on Faz. So yeah, it was a long pit stop rolling back in, and then because I didn't hit the pit limiter coming in because I was rolling in, the I get a 40-second penalty coming out.
You didn't want to slow down just in case you didn't make it.
Yeah. So anyway, that was my night.
We all have those nights occasionally.
Ah, yeah.
It was good to see a few of the new guys in the top 10 as they're rolling around.
Of course, Timmy's out 16 seconds out in front at the moment.
Yeah, well, I think he just got a little bit unlucky during qualifying.
Mm.
There'd be a few of us in split 2 that he'd definitely be faster than, including me.
Lucas here having a good battle with Faz and Rattler. That
was the tricky thing on this track. You try to stick your nose up the side of someone and then the car behind just catches so much quicker. 'Cause,
Yeah.
There's not a fast way to get around someone here.
There is no such thing as a fast line. There we go. We can have a look what's under the hood of Lucas's car.
I thought Rattler was going to try and do a 2-for-1 there.
I don't think I got a perfect line around him once.
The amount of times I tried to do what Rattler was doing there, and you get to the end of the straight and just have to tuck back in and wait another lap.
And where else we got some battle going on? Darren Walden. He's starting to come under a bit of pressure from Bruce.
Yeah, the top couple have sort of spread out a little bit at this point, haven't they?
Yeah, at this stage I was going, a safety car would be nice.
Anyone that blows their engine is always praying for a safety car around this point. I go with, if I've had any form of incident, just use fast repair and hope you don't have too many issues at the end.
Yeah, that's we rolled the dice. We talked about it for a fair bit because, you know, it was just touch that curb. That's all it really was. It was nothing too drastic about it. Darren almost into the curb there. And I think I went wide again on that corner later and just went, nut, I'll go around the curb and just got a 1X, which was crazy. And where else? We've got some battling. Lucas is in the pits. Andrew Galley's by himself, 9 seconds up the road from these boys. Drop in and have a look how Tony Power's going. They're running around in 14th. Making a bit of room there. No, I think letting Betsy past.
Betsy, yeah. So he's now lapping everyone.
Yeah, well, he's lapped up to 14 already.
Yep.
And who else we got? Darren Walden's under a bit of pressure here from Bruce still. So there's not really many battles on track at the moment. Not sure what's going on.
Most of the better battles are around Rattler and Fez.
We'll drop back on Scotty. So Scotty's trying to hunt down Faz. Some nice lines, coached by Hoffy, obviously.
He had everyone's help. This one.
I do have to say that when Hoffy takes you around a lap, even if you came out at about the same pace, it's just so much more comfortable lap to do. So where you might push it and you feel like there's nothing left, he shows you the corners and then you do the same pace and just comfortably feel like you're doing an out lap.
Yeah.
Just putting around, comfortably doing the same pace, and so when you push a little bit again, you instantly go up.
Well, that's one of the big changes I've made probably in the last sort of 2-3 months in my driving style is you don't push these cars. Like, I think a lot of us overdrive them.
Yeah, you got to be so patient with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Hoffy shows me around some of the laps, he breaks it down to like almost frame to frame of, look, you need to really be at this point on the track and wait till this point to turn in, and it's just makes it so much smoother and cleaner. He really got a knack for getting you around the track nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can find those turn-in points, it's half your battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Hazy was a bit surprised actually at how quick he was going and how smooth it was. And he said it felt like it was really slow. And I explained to him, you're going quicker and it feels slow because you're not fighting the car.
Mm.
It's less effort involved.
But yeah, it felt just so much more comfortable. Last night, for the first time this season, felt comfortable being able to get around and at least have enough pace to not be getting in the way of some of the split 2 drivers, because I had enough pace to sort of be in with them.
Yeah.
Right, I'll have to get Hoppy's tips for Nordslife.
So what's everyone's thoughts about racing there?
Love the track, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've done some laps and it feels okay. Like, I don't think I'm going to be fast there, but I think I can get around it.
That's going to be
Ooh.
the point. You don't need to be quick. You just need to be able to keep it off the walls, keep it in a straight line.
Well, that's nice pass by Fazzy. That's my strategy for it, is just treat it like a Sunday drive, because I think a lot of people are going to go too hard, too fast, too soon.
There was a really, really good point that Greg Pavel made in one of his comments on Discord with his track, which was lift early, brake a little bit earlier, and speed out. I actually found more pace after reading that. Just had to put it into practice, and that's when I grabbed Hazy and explained to him a better way to do it.
It's slow in, fast out.
Yep. But actually, reading it and then putting it into practice, two different things. So when you get someone sort of breaking it down and explaining, a better way of doing it, it's a bit difficult.
Yeah, it's even harder when you're following someone and they're doing that braking later, and so as you're getting to the corner, you feel like you're losing time against them. It's not until you're heading out of the corner that you go, oh yeah, no, it's definitely working on the exit. Just it's so hard to brake early when you're right with them on the way into the corner.
Yeah, and if you get that last corner right at this track, that sets you up to get the overtake at turn 1 with the draft down that long straight.
And
sacrifice the corner to get the power on early, so you get speed.
Oh, Bruce having a look here.
And if Mr. McKnight's listening, I was actually starting to lift off at the start-finish line.
Ooh, big fuel saving tip.
Yeah, but the way you do it is really good. It's cool.
Be interesting to know whether this was just a livery issue or whether he's looking for a new sponsor. Bring out a white car and
because he does have
hat in the ring.
Because he does usually run a nice blue. You go, Bruce is coming this time. Does usually run a nice blue and yellow livery. So yeah, not sure what the story is. I did refresh trading paints when I came in, so.
Perform well and see what sponsors are out there for himself.
Looks like Bruce is going to get the job done here. So it's Darren or Lucas going off in the background there. And Faz into the pits. So the boys starting to make their second pit stop now.
it was good after the second pit stop. It gave you a good idea of where you really sat, because there were a few people that pitted early and stuff, and it's hard to know through that middle stretch whether you actually are in the position that you're currently sitting, or whether the strategy's just a bit out.
I am enjoying the setup we're doing this season. With you get told how many litres you start with, max capacity of the tank, and the rest is up to you to work it out.
Definitely, especially if you choose better than people who are about your same pace, and so you get a massive advantage just by picking the right strategy. What's Andrew up to in the chat? Must just pass someone. A few of the boys were saying last night that they misjudged their entry into the pits on this track and got a stop and hold. So it was definitely a tricky entry. Oh, it was. Wasn't the fast in entry that you'd expect? No. And who else can we have a quick look? How's Diane running in 12th at the moment? She's only made the one stop. It's Dave Worrell and Scotty Van Luton come in. Van Loon.
Sorry, it's a nice livery. That's simple. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I drive sim. Yeah. No, like I was saying before, we were talking about the Slideways Full Send series on Monday nights that Diane races in. No, you have to race a different car each week and a different livery each week, and the Feldmans always were amongst the best presented cars in that series. It's a bit of a battle there.
Good to see a female join the vets.
Yeah, it is. Here we go.
Yeah, Di's been driving with us in a few different series recently, and yeah, she's definitely a very consistent, smooth driver. Jeff getting the job done there on Ed, I think. I've Ed in second still though. They're definitely showing a lot of pace this season, young Ed Cullen.
Yeah, he's around a good crew, so.
And the new livery looking on point. Yeah. When you see liveries like that, you think, gee, I'm glad I'm not the one that has to paint that. Yep. Knowing what goes into painting them, you go, yeah, that's a tricky one. And it's Faz again putting a bit of pressure. Just getting past Brett, unlapping himself, I think. Trying to make what's going on. Yeah, Fez has definitely got some pace. He's got a little bit unlucky in some of his races. Definitely unlucky last week. And yeah, I think a little bit unlucky again this week. Just didn't convert that pace into a good qualifying position, which put him down the back. Always going to be tricky to fight from the back in those first few laps. I think that's one of the things too, like, you've really just got to learn just to be patient. Like, it's a long race. Yeah. You know, not...
Stay out of everyone's way on the first lap and just dig your heels in.
Yeah, like, there's quite a few times where I've just got to turn one and gone, nah, not playing, back out.
I did on this the first couple of laps. I was cruising. First couple of laps. then started going, picking everyone off one by one, and then but now my lap times have just gone crazy slow.
The old curb gotcha.
The old curve.
Mm. Nice move on Jeff there, Faz.
Like walls, curbs don't move, so if curbs are an issue,
Yeah, don't hit him. So Ed's still yet to pit. I think everyone's pitted down to 10th, so Dave's pitted. All the boys in front haven't pitted yet.
watching some footy, Mark.
It's on in the background. I'm not really paying any attention to it because it's not two teams that I wouldn't waste my eye sockets on. There's just nothing else on TV, so.
Fair enough.
F1's on at 9:30.
Oh, I can't even be bothered with that anymore. It's just getting a bit. Well, at least it's not a procession like it was last season, but.
It'll be the Lewis Hamilton show at Silverstone again this year.
Yeah.
Is he quick?
No. I don't know. His first practice session or something.
Yeah, we first practice at 9:30.
I love it that he's not getting his own way this season.
So good. I reckon he'll quit at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon he will.
Be good to see Lando do well this week.
Yeah.
We need another 12 likes too to match the 17 watching.
Yes. If you are out there watching, don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got 167 subscribers now, so it's growing. And yeah, make sure you hit the like button. And you subscribe, then you know every time when we either put up the East Coast Series or we put up the Drivers Lounge. Don't do anything else apart from those two events. Need some time to drive.
Yeah, I got the message when I was in the truck coming home. Going, you started without me.
Yeah, the Hoffy was crying because he couldn't get in, so I managed to get in, and I thought, bugger it, I'll go at 8 o'clock because I think the maintenance is kicking in a bit later as well. So Michael Power continuing on.
Does this mean we're getting a new damage model iRacing, or are we still waiting on that?
There's something weird going on with the UI tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I won't bother joining.
Timmy Betts.
I tell you what, if we get the same amount of likes that we've got watching, I'll finish the next race in reverse.
Push the race in reverse.
Like I did at Donington.
Gonna chuck on a handbrake and
Yeah, but it's got to match the likes to who's now watching.
Varga, get in there and stick the thumbs up, buddy.
I was gonna say we can't click the like more than once.
Here we go, Andrew Galley and Ed, side by side. Talk about some good driving.
Did we wear him out in race control last night? He hasn't shown up tonight.
Yeah. I'll
Hearing quite a bit.
Yeah, Vargs. Yeah, I won't go there. I'll leave that one alone. And of course, well, there we go. There goes Ed. Exit stage left. Andrew's going to exit stage right. And of course, they were that far ahead, it didn't make a difference. Let's jump back on Faz. Faz hunting down Dave Worrell now. There he is. Andrew's in there.
Wasn't a very hard hunt.
Don't you worry, Galley. I wasn't going to miss that one. Of course, it was Dave. I would have gone back, replayed it, shown it from 10 different car angles. So 10 laps to go. Michael Powers now in the pits. So everyone but Jeremy is pitted now. And Faz gets his way through. Of course, at this stage, I was back in 18th hunting you down, Marshy.
Yep.
It was flying. I think.
Has he got 9 seconds on you there, Johnny, or is that a misprint on the screen?
Marshy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got 8.5 seconds on me, yeah.
Plodding around.
I was just in the groove, doing the reasonable lap times and quite happy at.
So Marshy knew how the fast repair worked, and you.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. No, I've used the fast repair by this stage. You gotta remember the engine blew. I was lucky enough to roll into my pit box. Poor old Brandon McMillan was upset because he thought the safety car was going to come out. Might jump back a bit up the front again. So Andrew and Ed got themselves going again. Jeremy's into the pits. Tim Betts is in the next century. Is that far ahead?
So who hasn't he lapped at this point? How far through the pack is he?
Tim Betts at the moment has lapped everybody up to Scotty Perrins. And Scotty's the next one in front, so he's up to 13th.
He's put his foot down. He's not going to get lapped.
Because it was a good drive from Tim. Very commanding from the drop of the flag. Just lacking Mark Dial to keep the pressure on him.
I don't think I'd have had anything for him either. I spent more time trying to concentrate on getting 100% throttle than anything else. It was just ruining my laps.
Yeah.
Does anyone live close to Mark that can lend him a set of pedals one Thursday night so we can see his full potential and see him out in front dominating split 3 or what?
Geez, wouldn't be too many blokes with pedals in Mildura, would there?
No, I think I've only ever come across one other in Mildura, and I don't think he races anymore.
Geez, so many WK&P boys, and then we've got Buddy Hoffy here as well. Up the river.
I've got to get some Mildura boys going. Get a river battle going.
Sounds like the river dance.
We'll have to dig up some Swan Hill people as well. I think there's a couple in Swan Hill, isn't there?
I think so. There's a few boys. I think I'm trying to think who it is. One of the old mates and sons boys, Crosby, I think, is somewhere around Shepparton area. Shepparton, Kyabram, somewhere like that. There's a couple of boys along the river.
The Murray River Battle.
That's right.
That'd be...
Every time I flush the water, I know it's going downstream the Baldock, so it works out really well.
So just remind me when you do it, because I won't do it as it goes by.
Where's Baldock gone from the chat? He's got a little bit salty, has he, and disappeared.
You probably got a clip over the ears from the wife.
My Little Pony's got a special one.
So Timmy's now at a 40-second lead. Brett Taylor sitting in second. He's 13 seconds ahead of Andrew Galley. Ed Cullen sitting in fourth. Here we go. Here's something we're having a battle. Try the up and under. And then almost drove into the back here there, Marsh.
Don't let him have it, Phil. Don't let him have it. Shaking Phil.
Why not?
He made me
Brake
work for it.
checking.
He made me work for
Brake
it.
checking, mate. Brake checking.
Oh, whack.
Jeez, Phil, have you got another new paint?
Yep.
That's,
I think it wasn't the same last week.
Undercut.
that's my New South Wales Blues ones.
Oh, he went for it.
Oh,
Where's the next battle on track? We had Ed Cullen. He's fighting his way back. Of course, Ed being from the west, probably a bit upset with me starting early. With only being 7 o'clock over there.
He's probably racing home to catch the last couple of laps.
Yep. Ed's always been a regular jump in with us, so of course no Luke tonight, and with maintenance we took the early time slot. Jeremy Bush running down Dave Worrell. It's good to see Locked On iRacing livery. Another team to the series this season, along with the Fishy Motorsport boys.
Is Ed?
Oh, there we go. See?
There he is, Mr.
He
Ed.
was racing. He
He's
was
just
racing
got
home.
home. How are you, Ed?
Good, thank you. I've got the funny feeling something was going on there.
Oh, just saying that you're probably going to be upset because we started early tonight.
I was going to say, I was on the money. How many laps?
To go?
You don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
Just finished tea. Yeah, good, thanks, Michael.
No, iRacing, you got maintenance on at about 10 or 11 o'clock, and Hoffy was in tears earlier because he couldn't get on, and I managed to get my replay up. And no Luke tonight, so I thought I'm probably better to pull the trigger early while everything's working than not. After last week blowing fuses and everything else.
What do we got?
5 laps to go.
So you're currently in fourth, and you're
Hunting down Andrew Galley.
down.
And Brett Taylor, of course, doing really well.
Do I need to
Of course, I'll
nitro
use.
boost this channel?
What does that do?
Supposed to give you better unlocks, more uploads.
Okay, yeah, probably might need to. The of course, Brett Taylor, Cataclysm on the back of the car there. So big shout out to Josh at Cataclysm, providing me with a trusty PC that's allowed me to stream many broadcasts ever since season 2 of East Coast. Just there you go. Just so you know, it's not just me. Here we go. Timmy, lap 41, and
He's hunting down now.
he's hunting down in front of him now. Josh Granshaw and Scotty Van Loon.
we call Tim John Gerard now on the Talladega Nights.
We should. Expect to see him in a Perrier livery next week.
He'll be sitting his macchiato or whatever it was in the car.
I come from Formula 1. There we go. With Nitro, we can stream it at 1080p apparently in Discord.
Yeah, just looking at that.
Hook it up, mate. Hook it up.
Go on, Mark. Didn't realise we'd started boosting things. Timmy Betts, if you ain't first, you're last. Shake and bake, buddy. Shake and bake. Of course, anyone who's done any NASCAR races with the WK&P boys, every time we do a NASCAR livery, I always put shake and bake on the back of it. Everyone's really spread out here. Like the nearest battle we've got's a 3-second gap.
Yeah, Andrew left him for dead.
Hey.
That's on that earlier pace he had.
So much have a look. The nearest battle we got, Ted. So you're 4 seconds behind Andrew.
I was trying, but he was too slick. I think we both had our car damaged.
Yeah.
No, you're supposed to say I had car damage, not we.
We had a little chat.
Very civil chat too, by the way.
I don't know. You guys saw it.
Nah, there's no dramas with it at all.
I tell you what, it's hardly fought. No one was sort of given up, were they?
Nah. No one gave up anything. Of course, Timmy Betts at this stage was all jacked up on Mountain Dew, apparently.
Mr. Brett Taylor was just, yeah.
It was a good drive from Brett.
Yeah, very good. I dealt with him in the first 4 or 5 laps. We swapped the lead there, I think 3 or 4 times in the first 4 laps. Not giving up there either.
And of course, Diane's running around in 15th at the moment.
Good position for your first race.
I want to know, John, how did you manage to take a position on it with 2 laps to go? Or 3 laps to go? What happened there?
What happened there? The car was repaired and running very well, and I stayed well away from those stupid 2 yellow sausage curbs again. So
what you're saying is you found the accelerator pedal pushed down a little bit more?
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you overtake her with 2 to go?
Well, I have to wait and see.
Can we go see you? Yeah, it's about that.
Oh, we got in the middle there. We got Darren Walden in the middle there. So this was a real sort of didn't really want to get into Darren's way because Darren's under pressure there from Faz behind. So I'm sort of sitting in the middle of a battle, watching the time difference to Faz behind me, going it's 1.5, it's 1.5. When it gets to less than a second, I'll make the move. I'll get out of his way, and then I'm like going, Darren, you need to go quicker. I'm trying to catch Diane here, mate. You got to put the pedal down.
I thought you were trying to tuck in to do the sneaky, I'll get her on the blue flag pass.
Yeah, that was the strategy. That was the strategy, actually. I'm just going to stay with Darren. I thought about it. I thought I could be aggressive and try and pass Darren, and if I get it wrong, then it's a lap car's taken out a lead car and a leading lap car. And I thought, no, what I'll do is I'll just tuck behind Darren, and then he just wasn't quite reeling her in. I think he was quite happy to sit there. It's like, oh, and I looked at the time. Faz is coming. Get going, Darren.
He's looking in the mirror going, yeah, Johnny's holding up
let's change.
Hey.
Yeah, that's where I worked out. You go wide there, you don't go on the curb. That was Andrew in the background, was it?
Oh, that was...
Okay, nose cam. Where are we? So then, yeah. No, that was me. Yeah, no, then I let Faz through. That was me going wide that little bit. Got the line wrong. Let Faz through. And then Faz hit the curb. I've gone, where's his slowdown? Diane saying, what blue flag?
go with the screen there, John?
Which screen?
The screen.
The stream. Uh,
The Discord one is.
Yeah, we're waiting for Mark to give it a boost so we can watch it in 1080p.
I went and had a look there. And it's right.
Yeah. I'll look into what other subscriptions I can kill.
so now,
Didn't have your pedals fixed up, Mark?
Nah. Nah. Yeah, no. Apart from jumping in and taking another last-minute shift, the pedals killed me out of racing anyway. But yeah, I took a last-minute shift as well, so there was definitely no way of making it back.
You get these shifts, mate. You can get some springs.
Well,
Yeah. He should be on the internet now.
I've got that
Buy
many
now,
other
buy
things. I've got that many other things I need to do. I need to get my car going back on the road first, so I'm trying to track down a guy for a starter switch. Yeah, the GTs have got a starter switch on the dash.
And then you got to find a mechanic that'll work on a Ford.
I did that myself, mate. I don't trust anybody else to work on my car.
What year is it?
2003.
so
Yeah,
Timmy
an oldie
Betts,
but a goodie.
commanding drive, 30-second lead from Brett Taylor. Takes the checkered flag. Pretty impressive, Tim.
Well done, Tim.
Nice work.
And Brett Taylor,
And Andrew.
yeah, very impressive from Brett. I think you'd be pretty ecstatic with that one. And Andrew just seems to be driving 100 times better now that Dave's not in the chat.
But that was another good drive by Andrew. Because where did he qualify?
He's up 6 spots from where he started. Ed brings her home in 4th. Michael Power.
Bridesmaid again, 2 weeks in a row.
Michael Power in 5th, up 11 spots. That's a great drive from Michael. And then Darren Walden, another great drive from Darren, up 6 spots. Big Faz, the hard charger, in 16th. About to get unlapped here. Jeremy Bush bringing it home in 8th. Dave Worrell in 9th, up 8 spots. Jeff Eddy, all the way from New York, up 9 spots in 10th. Bruce McLeod in 11th. Scotty Van Loon, the Rattler in 12th. Scotty Perrins 13. Lucas Burt 14. 15 was myself. Diane in her first race, home in 16th. Cracking effort. Marshy in 17. 18 was Darren Friend. Tony Power 19. Joseph Granshaw 20. And 21 was Peter Vermey, Corey Brand, Greg Sholton. And that was pretty much the standouts of everybody. So, yeah. Very well done.
Yeah, so were you saying earlier, John, that Anita's now got her rig
That's
ready to go?
That's what I've been told. I've been told Anita and Gary have got 2 rigs set up side by side. And Anita's 2 weeks into getting started with iRacing, I believe.
You need to tell her what we told Rattler. No point in practicing on the sideline. Just get in and give it a crack.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we did with Herman when he started.
Yeah, sign up. See you in next week's race.
There you go, Anita. The challenge has been set.
Rattler's, 3 weeks into his rig now, and it's going all right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Rattler's doing very well. He's starting to show some pace.
Where did he qualify to, John?
He didn't qualify very well. That was his problem. Sorry, no, second race. Sorry, he was in second in qualifying.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have only qualified once, my pad.
Sorry, I just had to look at that one for a second. Yeah.
There you go. Anita's going to race her first race on Monday night.
Awesome. Awesome. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that. That'll be been an experience.
Hope you do well.
Was that Scotty who bogged it down at the start?
He bogged it down a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, we all went flying past. Yeah.
So what's everyone's thoughts on Laguna Seca next week?
Love it.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what the track's like. I never remember any track.
It's like visiting an old mate, a very old mate.
Of course, you have to.
In every car sim that we've ever played since we've.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laguna Seca is like a hemorrhoid. You just can't get rid of it.
Same as Spa.
Oh, no, Spa's good.
Spa's like a hemorrhoid. Every series you jump into, every week, Spa seems to be there in the background.
What
Yes.
format are they running at the Nürburgring?
I think we're running the GP. It's got the GP section in it.
Yeah, okay.
So are you celebrating your finishing position, or that you finished?
No, I'm just having fun because it wasn't much fun racing.
And I believe a certain track's coming up next week in another series.
In another series, a certain track
Tuesday night.
on Tuesday night. What do we got Tuesday night? That's a good question. Let me go over. You've got me stumped there, mate. What are we talking about? On Tuesday night, we are at Oran Park. Yes. Don't go there, Mark.
All I got to say is if those whingers turn up, they've got Coron Park canned on Tuesday night.
More than welcome to sign up. They're more than welcome.
Banned for a week.
All the ones that wanted to race at Oran Park, I commend you to come and join East Coast on Tuesday night. Have some fun. Qualifying starts on Sunday and Monday. That's all I'm going to say on that one.
I'll
I
try
don't
and
mind
get,
Oran Park. It's a good track.
I'll try and get there. I like Oran Park.
Yeah, it's it'll be interesting. Of course, the super sprints as well. So it's going to be an interesting evening. Another evening of super sprints is very difficult when race control and commentating because there's just so much bloody action going on everywhere. It's hard to keep up with it all.
I might have to see if I can slip into split one race control and black flag a few people.
And of course, there'll probably be a few more back this week with no Logitech G Pro Series or Scops on this week. So,
But it is school holidays, so
yeah, true.
Could be a bit light on.
Yeah, people are travelling again as well. Anyway, what I'll do, we'll close the broadcast down and say thanks everyone for watching. And unfortunately, Hoffy, you're not going to be going backwards because I don't think the likes have increased up to the number of people watching.
Well, people are going to have to get sand out of their vaginas and start hitting that like button.
They weren't far off, though.
Yeah, I know. Oh, it didn't make it. Next time, people, hit that like button.
Anyway, so next time we'll be back. Hopefully Luke will be back with Split 2. I think he's doing Split 2 later in the weekend. And hopefully Luke will be back next week with Split 2 on Friday night. So hopefully we'll be back to our normal time slot of 10 o'clock for Laguna Seca. And thanks everybody for watching. Good night.